How have we become such a nation of litter louts? Now, let's not pretend this is a brand new problem. If you were going to do a sort of list of top 3 slightly parochial sounding phone-ins on a local radio station, I think litter would probably be in there. Now, Graham Redding is a photographer whose pictures you may well have seen over the course of the last few days or so on social media. He's done some a couple of days ago on Appley Beach in Ryde of some of the litter that's been left behind. And yet again, it's disposable barbecues, cans, big boxes of Corona beer, because they're selling them off cheap at the moment. And he's on the phone now. Hello, Graham.
Good morning, Pat.
Nice to talk to you. Your pictures have been getting a bit of traction online lately, haven't they? Because people are so outraged by this.
I did hear you talking to some of my models the other day. But, yes, I was going down green bins, I think.
I'll explain that in a moment. Yeah, but
sorry,
you're jumping into a different subject, but I'll explain what that was about. Tell me about Appley Beach then. Why has that been catching your eye, particularly going down at the moment?
Well, it wasn't supposed to be. Friday morning, if you're a photographer, the best light is at sunrise. So, as I tend to do, I go down at 4:30, this time with a couple of dancers to do some beautiful dance shots. But on the way down, I couldn't help myself but notice piles of litter along Appley seafront.
Is it worse lately, do you think? Because we seem to be getting this general impression that people have come out of lockdown and just gone nuts. Is that how it looks to you?
It looks to me that people haven't been educated to take their litter home. I mean, I'm of a generation where you were taught to do that. So it is a bit astounding. And normally people wouldn't see that. As I was leaving the beach, later on, about 8 o'clock, I saw a guy who was employed by the council clearing it all up. So people don't get to see it normally because it's all gone by 8. But if you'd seen what I saw and you got in the pictures, then it was quite a shock.
Yeah, I mean, the one of the barbecue just left on the side. It's not doing as much damage on the path as some of them have done in the New Forest, and that's why they're trying to get a ban in the forest. But it's not good for the reputation of the beach, and it's damaging to anyone who comes past it.
Further down the beach the other day, Pat, there was somebody having a barbecue under some trees on the other side of the pier, way down on Players Beach, and a lady remonstrated. She said, look, you're going to set fire to the trees, and she got some verbal abuse from the people having the barbecue. There's kind of a lack of respect, I think, these days. And
that's the problem, isn't it? Because you know if you're going to tackle someone in that situation, that is all you're going to get back 9 times out of 10 is a gobful, rather than...
I actually went the next day, and I've taken pictures. I don't think I've sent those to you, but I took pictures of that area of barbecue, and it's in the middle of nowhere where that council guy wouldn't get to it. A lovely area, lovely trees, lovely beach, and there's this pile of litter.
Are you getting many volunteers in Ryde on Appley Beach? More and more we're hearing about these volunteer groups, which is brilliant, but it shouldn't have to fall to them. They just care about the area. This happened a lot with Durdle Door last week, didn't it? People trying to stop litterers and getting abuse for it as well, but then taking home bags and bags and bags. Are you seeing that on the island?
I'm not an expert on the groups, but I know that there are good-hearted people who like to go and clear up when other people should have done it. But there are people that do it, and they do have litter collects on the island. I don't know quite how that's working in the pandemic, but it's certainly there are beach clear-ups, yes.
Getting out with a litter picker. Well, look, keep taking the photos, Graham, because hopefully when they get on social media, it helps the message get through. And the one you were referring to was the 5 ladies not able to have a pool party in their back garden in Ryde that we talked about on the show, I think it was last week. But you did photos of them having an individual pool party, all in their own wheelie bins that they took into the back garden. Socially distanced swimmers, yeah. Actually, I was with 2 of them this morning doing a fashion shoot. It wins an award. It wins an award for one of the photographs that sums up lockdown for me, that people bathing in wheelie bins because they can't all get in the same pool. Nice to talk to you, Graham.
Thanks, Pat. Take
care. Bye.